Hello, welcome to Off the Hook Creations by Cass. I'm just going to be teaching you guys how to make these dice bags. You can make them whatever color you want, but today I'm going to be using red and this cream color. What you'll need is 4 medium weight yarn and a crochet hook. It doesn't really matter what kind of crochet hook you're using. I'm just using a 4.25 millimeter. It just depends on how large you want your gaps, basically. And also scissors. So what you're going to do first is make a magic ring. You're going to take it like this, wrap it, make an X, put it on the top part, put your hook through the first one, wrap it around, and do that. And then you're gonna chain 2. And there, now you have your magic circle. So then you're gonna yarn over. We're gonna do 12 double crochets into the magic circle. So yeah, yarn over, pull up a loop, so you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over again, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so now that you're done doing 12 double crochet into the magic ring, we're going to just do that. I'm going to take this one that we started with, and we're just going to pull it tight. And then we're going to find the first loop that we made, not including the chain 2 space, and we're just going to do a slip stitch through that. And after that we're going to chain 2. And then what we're going to do now, we're going to do 2 double crochet into the first loop, 1 double crochet, then 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet. So we're just going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then we're just going to do 1 in the next one. And then in the next one, we're going to do 2 double crochet. And then we're just going to do that all the way around. Okay, so now that we're at the end of our round, we're just going to find that loop again, the first one that we did, and we're just going to slip stitch. And then after that, we will chain 2. And then now for this round, we're just going to put 2 double crochet into each stitch. Okay, so now that we made it to the end of the round, I'm just going to do 1 more double crochet into this last stitch. I'm just going to find this, do another slip stitch, and that's the end of the round. So we're just going to chain 2, bring our yarn out a bit. This is the point where I like to tie off this end. So I'm just going to find like anywhere, doesn't matter, just loop it around. Pull up a loop on that one and just chain 2. Just so it's all secure, cut that off. And you can even like burn the end if you want, just to make sure it doesn't come out. Okay, so now we're on the 4th round, and we're just going to go into the back loop only. As you can see, we're just going to do double crochets all the way around. I'll meet you back on the other side. Okay, so we made it to the end of the round. I'm just going to do a double crochet into the last stitch, back loop only. And then I'm just going to slip stitch into the first double crochet that we made. And then we're going to chain 2. And then just as normal, we're going to double crochet into every stitch, just 1. If you don't want to do the strip in the middle, you can just do 6 rounds. But if you want the strip in the middle, just do 3 or 4 rounds. At the end of each round, you're going to want to slip stitch like we've been doing, chain 2, and then begin the next round. Okay, so now that we're done that couple rounds, then chain 2, and because I want to do a little stripe, I'm just going to cinch it off there. And as you can see, I've done 1, 2, 3 rounds, including the one that was the back loop only. And I'm just going to change my colors real quick. I'm just going to cut this off. Okay, so next I'm just going to do the straight part. I'm going to start a few loops behind this part. Doesn't really matter though where you start. And I'm just going to secure it on there. I'm not doing a slip knot or anything. Pulling up a loop, yarn over. I'm basically just chaining with this loose strand like on my hook, so it's more secure. And then we're just going to leave this loose strand behind. I like to just hold it like this and then just continue on with a double crochet. And we're just going to do just 1 double crochet like we've been doing all the way around. Kind of securing that one as we go. Okay, so we made it to the end of the round. I'm just going to slip stitch to the first double crochet that we made, chain 2, I'm just going to cut it off. And then what I like to do is I'm just going to tie them together, these 2 strings. Just a simple like double knot situation. I'm just going to cut them off now just to make it simpler on myself later. So after that, we're just going to do 3 more rounds of the red, and in total that'll be around 7 rounds, and then I'll show you what to do after that. Okay, so this is what we're working with so far. For the next round, we're just going to chain 2, we're going to yarn over, we're going to skip a loop, go into the next loop, do a double crochet, yarn over, skip a loop, double crochet all the way around. Okay, so now that we made it to the end of the round, we're just going to do a slip stitch. We're going to chain 2. You can totally do the next round in this red color or whatever color you're using, but I'm just going to tie it off. And I'm just going to use my other color. What we're going to do now is we're going to do 5 double crochet into every single stitch. So it gets like this ruffle effect. I did when I changed colors last time is I'm going to flip it over, chain 2, and I'm just going to do 5 double crochet into every single stitch. Okay, so now that we finished that, we're just going to do a slip stitch, chain 2, cut it off. All that we have to do is you have to chain these 2 together, or you can do just one, it doesn't matter. But usually how I do it is I just measure it from how long it's going to be to have some extra slack. I don't actually count how many chains I do. How you do a chain is you do a slip knot and you just pull it through like that. Yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through until you get the chain that you want. Okay, so now that we're done that, just gonna cut it off. And then with the space that we created right here, we're just going to weave it through. And with this, you don't want to do more than 2 at a time. Okay, so we're just going to weave it through 1 or 2 at a time. I'm going to do just a simple double knot. And you can leave these little strings on the end. I usually do, but I make sure they're even. Okay, and then you're done. Thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you had fun making these. If you have any comments or questions about the cinch bags, just let me know in the comments below. Have a good one. Bye guys.